Have you ever wondered where and how to touch an older woman to spark deep emotional and physical intimacy? Many people assume that attraction and desire diminish with age, but modern research tells a different story. In fact, a 2020 survey from the University of Michigan's National Poll on Healthy Aging found that 76% of adults aged 50 to 80 consider intimacy and emotional connection to be highly important in their relationships, dispelling the myth that passion declines over time. Even more eye-opening is a study published in the Journal of Sex Research 2019, indicating that women over 40 can experience increased sensitivity and responsiveness in certain areas of their bodies when touched with the right intention and technique. What most people get wrong, however, is focusing solely on the physical aspect of touch. The emotional depth, why you're touching her, what your intent is, how you make her feel in that moment, matters just as much, if not more. That's because touch is one of the most ancient forms of human communication. Long before spoken language, humans relied on touch to convey safety, trust, and connection. If you can master this universal language, you can foster a bond that is profound and long-lasting, regardless of age. Today, you'll discover 7 key places older women love to be touched. Areas that, when approached thoughtfully, can unlock powerful emotions, rekindle desire, and deepen your connection in ways you might never have imagined. Pay special attention to the last point because it's a game changer. It's the kind of touch that transcends mere physical contact and helps build unwavering trust and intimacy. Before we dive into these 7 places, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss our latest updates. Your support means the world to us. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It truly helps us share our message with a wider audience. And of course, I'm excited to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoyed the content, type yes in the comments below. If it didn't resonate with you, let me know by typing no. Your feedback is incredibly valuable, and it helps me craft videos that align with your interests and needs. Now let's get started. Number 1, the lower back, the touch that signals protection. At first glance, the lower back might appear to be just an ordinary spot, hardly something to fuss about. However, this area is packed with nerve endings that can have a surprisingly profound effect on a woman's sense of security and comfort. According to research in the Journal of Neuroscience, gentle pressure on the lower back can reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and simultaneously increase endorphins, promoting feelings of safety and relaxation. But it's not just the physical sensation that matters. It's the emotional messaging behind the touch. When you place your hand lightly on her lower back, you're communicating, "I've got you. You're safe with me." This simple act can help her feel cared for, protected, and valued. Older women in particular may have navigated a range of life experiences, raising children, dealing with job stress, or perhaps facing the loss of loved ones. And this gentle, supportive touch can provide reassurance that they are cherished and safeguarded in the present moment. Imagine this scenario. You and your partner are walking side by side in a crowded shopping mall. The noise is overwhelming, the corridors are packed with people, and everyone seems to be moving in a rush. In the midst of this chaos, you place your palm gently on the small of her back. Without saying a word, you've already conveyed a world of meaning, comfort, guidance, and the sense that we're in this together. This can be especially reassuring for an older woman who appreciates the calm confidence you exude. Make it natural. A key aspect is to ensure your touch feels fluid and effortless. You don't want her to sense any hesitation or awkwardness. It's about offering gentle guidance, not control. Perhaps you're helping her up the stairs or guiding her through a tight space. Keep your hand there just long enough for her to feel supported, then let go when it feels right. Studies from the Touch Research Institute suggest that supportive, non-sexual touches, like a light hand on the lower back, can result in a 20% increase in oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. That surge in oxytocin fosters emotional closeness, which is the bedrock of a truly intimate relationship. Number 2, the nape, a delicate pathway to intimacy. When you think about the nape of the neck, you might envision a romantic movie scene where a subtle touch sends shivers down the protagonist's spine. This isn't merely cinematic drama. The nape is teeming with sensitive nerve endings, making it highly receptive to touch. For older women, this spot is a window into vulnerability and trust. It's one of those areas that is both physically sensitive and emotionally charged. Researchers in the field of somatosensory science have often noted that lighter is mightier when it comes to the nape. You don't need a strong grip to convey warmth or affection here. A gentle trace of your fingertips can be more powerful than any intense pressure. It's the kind of touch that can take her by surprise and make her feel special and cared for. Think about it. When was the last time someone touched the back of your neck in a soft, comforting way? It's not an everyday occurrence, which is precisely why it can be so impactful. For an older woman who may have gone years without experiencing such a delicate touch, the sensation can be both nostalgic and exhilarating. In many cultures, the nape is considered a deeply personal space, one that's usually reserved for intimate partners. Less is more. The trick is subtlety. Perhaps you're hugging her from behind while she's making coffee, and you let your fingertips graze the nape of her neck. Or you're sitting close, having a late-night conversation, and you rest your hand gently at the base of her neck for just a moment. Studies suggest that spontaneous yet gentle touches in sensitive areas can spark an immediate emotional reaction, often leading to heightened intimacy and trust. Number 3. The arm, the gateway to comfort and affection. On the surface, the arm might seem like a neutral, even mundane spot for touch. Yet there's a reason why a simple squeeze or light brush on the arm can feel profoundly reassuring. It's a region that's socially acceptable to touch in casual contexts, which can make it the perfect gateway to deeper intimacy. According to a study published in the American Journal of Psychology, light, spontaneous touches on the arm increased positive emotions and social bonding by 45%. Why does such a small gesture pack such a big punch? Part of the reason is that it's a universal, low-pressure way to show warmth and empathy. Even in professional settings, a quick touch on the arm can signal camaraderie and approachability. When you're with an older woman, this effect can be magnified. She's likely attuned to more nuanced signals after years of life experience, and a gentle touch can speak volumes about your attention and care. Imagine you're at a dinner party. Laughter rings out around the table, and you lean in to make a witty comment. As she chuckles in response, you lightly brush her forearm. It's a fleeting moment, but it reinforces a sense of closeness and shared delight. Emphasize your point. If you want to make this touch even more meaningful, synchronize it with key moments in your conversation. Share a heartfelt story or discuss something that excites you both. Briefly touching her arm as you lean in can emphasize the importance of your words and the genuine warmth behind them. Over time, these small touches accumulate into a tapestry of trust, comfort, and emotional intimacy. Number 4, the knee, an unexpected zone of intimacy. The knee might be an unusual place to consider for intimate touch, but that's exactly why it can be so effective. It's an often overlooked area that can subtly indicate closeness without feeling too forward. According to human behavior research, light touches around the knee can increase perceived intimacy by about 35%. Not a small figure when you're looking to deepen connection. Picture this. You're sitting side by side on a couch, watching a classic film you both love. Maybe you're at a family gathering or in a more private setting. Your conversation lulls for a moment, and you place your hand gently on her knee, letting it rest there for just a few seconds. You're not gripping or invading her space. You're simply sharing a soft, reassuring contact. It's a message of, I enjoy being near you, I feel comfortable, and I want you to feel the same. For an older woman who might have built up certain reservations or personal boundaries over the years, a respectful touch on the knee can signal that you recognize her comfort levels. You're not going straight for traditionally romantic or sexual areas. Instead, you're embracing a more casual, tender point of contact. It feels safe, yet personal. This approach can be especially appealing if you're still in the early stages of building intimacy. It's an invitation to closeness without the pressure. The key, as always, is to keep it gentle and respectful. If she reciprocates by placing her hand on yours or leaning in, you'll know the moment is right to continue building that wonderful, warm connection. Number 5, the waist, the touch that instantly deepens connection. The waist is a classic zone of intimacy for a reason. It can communicate both protection and desire, sometimes simultaneously. Think about couples dancing, one partner's hands often resting on the other's waist. There's a certain harmony, a sense of we're in sync that happens in that space. A survey conducted by Psychology Today found that 87% of women associated touches on the waist with emotional security, an especially powerful figure considering how many other forms of touch are out there. Why is this area so potent? First, it's relatively close to the body's core, where we can feel each other's warmth and subtle shifts in movement. Second, it's a gesture of closeness that doesn't necessarily feel overtly sexual if done gently. Think of a moment. You're in the kitchen, cooking a meal together. She's stirring the sauce, and you walk up behind her to check on the progress. Placing your hands lightly on her waist, you lean in just enough to feel her presence. You might offer a quick compliment on the aroma or tease her about being a master chef. The physical closeness pairs with playful banter, creating an emotionally charged moment that feels both safe and undeniably intimate. But be mindful, the waist can be a sensitive area for some, especially if body image concerns come into play. Approach this touch with empathy and respect. Don't squeeze or hold on too tightly, and pay attention to her response. If she stiffens or seems uncomfortable, simply ease back. If she relaxes and leans into you, that's a great sign you're on the right track. At this point, we've covered 5 incredibly powerful places older women love to be touched. Each one plays a unique role in fostering emotional security and deepening intimacy. But the final 2 are perhaps the most sensitive and impactful of all. Stay with me, because number 7 is the ultimate key to making her feel truly seen, appreciated, and desired. If you're enjoying this so far, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe for more expert insights on building deep, meaningful connections. Your support truly helps us continue creating valuable content for you. Number 6, the hands, a timeless gesture of intimacy. Never underestimate the power of holding someone's hand. It's a timeless, almost universal form of connection. Across cultures and generations, hand-holding has served as a way to convey affection, protectiveness, and unity. According to a 2021 study in the Journal of Social Psychology, holding hands triggers the release of oxytocin, a hormone closely associated with empathy, trust, and bonding. Imagine you're sitting across from her at a cozy cafe. The conversation deepens, and you sense a moment of vulnerability as she opens up about her day, or perhaps her past experiences. Gently, you reach out and take her hand in yours. You don't squeeze tightly or pull her across the table. Instead, your touch is soft yet firm, an assurance that you're present and engaged. This small gesture can transform an ordinary conversation into a profound exchange of emotional support. Why hands are so powerful? They're active extensions of ourselves. We use them to cook, to write, to build, to nurture. When you hold her hand, you're quite literally linking with an essential part of her daily life, an acknowledgement of the work, care, and effort she's invested throughout her years. For older women who may have spent decades working or raising a family, hand-holding can symbolize respect for the journey they've taken. Plus, it's incredibly versatile. You can hold hands almost anywhere, on a walk in the park, while waiting in line, or simply relaxing at home. It's a subtle, consistent reminder that says, we're connected. Just be attuned to her comfort level. If she interlaces her fingers with yours, that's a sign of deeper engagement. If she opts for a looser grip, she might still be comfortable, but prefers a bit more personal space. Pay attention to these cues to ensure the gesture remains mutually enjoyable. Number 7, the wrist, a subtle touch with a big impact. Finally, let's delve into one of the most underrated but deeply romantic touchpoints, the wrist, specifically the inner wrist. This area is packed with pulse points and nerve endings, making it extraordinarily sensitive and responsive to gentle contact. A 2018 study in the Touch and Emotion Journal found that the wrist ranks among the top 5 body parts that evoke strong romantic and emotional reactions when touched softly. Why is the wrist so special? First, it's somewhat private. We rarely invite others to touch our inner wrists, so doing so requires a certain level of trust and emotional connection. Second, The skin here is thinner and more delicate, heightening the sensitivity. For an older woman who might have grown children and more distance between herself and frequent tender gestures, the soft brush of a fingertip or a gentle kiss on the wrist can be unexpectedly thrilling, almost reminiscent of old-world romance. Imagine the moment. You've just shared a memorable evening, perhaps a stroll along the beach or a delightful dinner. As you walk her to her door, you reach out and gently take her hand, then let your fingertips glide over her wrist. You might even go so far as to place a feather-light kiss there. This isn't about making a grand, showy gesture. It's about intimacy at its most elegant and understated. The subtlety can leave her heart racing, an echo of youthful excitement tempered by the depth of experience. If you're more comfortable with a lighter approach, even a quick brush of the wrist during casual conversation can spark a sense of closeness. You might gently tap her wrist to punctuate a playful comment or to get her attention. What matters most is the sincerity behind the gesture. When she realizes your touch is born from genuine affection rather than mere routine, it can light up her entire day. Now that we've explored the 7 key places older women want to be touched, let's reflect on why these touch points are so significant. Each area, lower back, nape, arm, knee, waist, hands, and wrist, offers a unique blend of physical sensation and emotional messaging. But what truly makes these touches effective isn't merely where you touch, it's how and why you're doing it. In other words, intent is everything. Approach each gesture with respect, genuine care, and attentiveness to her comfort. The reason these specific places are so potent is because they tap into universal human needs: the need for security, acknowledgement, trust, and love. For older women who may have seen and felt it all, these touches can reignite a sense of passion and remind them that intimacy is timeless, something that can blossom at any stage of life. Here's the key takeaway. Let your touch tell a story of respect, admiration, and empathy. Instead of thinking about getting a reaction from her, focus on giving a moment of connection. When you approach physical intimacy with this mindset, the bond you create is far more likely to be profound and enduring. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content about intimacy, relationships, and connection. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you're ready to put these tips into practice, type yes in the comments below. If you have questions, thoughts, or personal experiences you'd like to share, please let us know. We love hearing from you. Your support helps us create more content to inform and inspire. So let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.